Hello students, let's study chapter 4 sorting materials into groups. Today we are studying about floating and sinking of objects. Floating and sinking of the objects is another property, you can say another property of materials. So based on this property of floating and sinking, your objects will either float on water or they will sink in water. Now what decides whether the object will float on water or it will sink in water is the property of density. Now what is this density? Density means mass per unit volume. Means in unit volume, what amount of material is there or mass of the material is there. That is density. Okay students, so based on this density, the floating and sinking of the object is decided. Now, in this aspect, we should also understand the phenomenon of buoyancy. Now, what is this buoyancy? Actually, when you put any object in water, then the object tries to displace water as per its weight. And the water also exerts an upward force on the object. So this upward force exerted by water on the object is called as buoyancy. Okay students, so upward force which is exerted by water on the object is called as buoyancy. Now, this phenomenon of buoyancy was first time found out by a Greek scientist whose name was Archimedes. Actually, Archimedes was thinking over this problem of floating and sinking, and when he was taking bath in a tub, then he realized he got the solution. So he ran out of the tub in the state in which he was in joy, and because he had found out the phenomenon of buoyancy. So I hope you can understand the history of buoyancy. And this Archimedes was a great scientist and he found out many scientific principles. So students, you can study about Archimedes also, and you can find out information about it from internet also. So I hope you have understood what is buoyancy. Now, in floating and sinking, we will do an activity. We will take some objects, like here ma'am has taken iron nail. Then matchstick or toothpick you can take, whichever is available at your home. Then you can take some coin, some old coin also will work, or some 1 rupee coin you can take. Then you can take aluminium foil. Other than this, you can take some other materials also if you are having at your home, like you can take foam, you can take feathers, then you can take some pebbles, you can take marbles. All this as objects you can take for doing this activity. Now in this activity, what we will do, we will take containers with water, and in that we will put one by one these materials, and we will see that whether these objects float or sink in water. So iron nail, when it is put in water, it floats on water. So iron nail, when it is put in water, we will see whether it floats on water or it sinks in water. So when we put it in water, we see that iron nail does not float, but it sinks in water. And now we will test for matchstick or toothpick. Matchstick or toothpick, when it is put in water, it will float on water. Instead of this, you can use your old small pencil which you are having with you. This also you can try out for this activity. You can try out your wax crayons also, and they will also float on water. Then come to coin. Coin, when you put in water, it will sink in water. Now last object, that is aluminium foil. Aluminium foil, when you put in water, it will float on water. So how we know that this object is floating and this object is sinking? So by doing this activity, we can understand which object will float and which object will sink. And this floating and sinking of objects in water depends upon density of the object compared to water. Like iron nail, it sinks in water because its density is more than water. Matchstick or toothpick, it floats on water because its density is less than water. Coin, it sinks in water because its density is more than water. Aluminium foil, it floats on water because its density is less than water. So like this, when you do the activity, you can understand whether the object's density is more than water or less than water. If an object is having density more than water, that is mass per unit volume of the object is more than water, then it will sink in water. But if mass per unit volume of the object or density of the object is less than water, then it will float on water. Like your matchstick, toothpick, aluminium foil, these all have density less than water, so they float on water. Now we can understand that ships float on seawater, and you know ships and boats, they will float more on seawater at a higher level, while if you put them in rivers and other freshwater bodies, then they will not float as high as they float on the seawater or ocean water. The reason is that seawater or ocean water is having dissolved salts in it. So because these salts are dissolved in it, so this seawater or ocean water is denser than the normal water or water, fresh water, which is available in the rivers and lakes. So ships and boats, if you put on sea, they will float at a higher level. And I hope students, you have heard about the Dead Sea, in which the concentration of salt is so high that person who go there to take bath, they can actually lie down on the surface of that Dead Sea water, because the water is so dense as so much salt is dissolved in that water. So if we go there, we can simply lie down on that water of Dead Sea without even getting sunk, because the density of that water is itself so high and our density is less than the density of water there. So we can float on that waters, on this Dead Sea. So hope students, all of you have understood today's topic very clearly, that is floating and sinking of objects on water, which is a property of materials. Now why this is important, floating and sinking, why it is important? Because we can know when we take some objects for swimming, or when we go for swimming, we can take the swimming tubes, because they are filled with water and they will float on water and they will prevent us from sinking in that swimming pool. And similarly, balls are taken by children, so balls also filled with air and they float on water. But if suppose you have some hard metallic object and you take it with you, it will sink. So you will also sink with that metallic object. So by knowing about floating and sinking, we can understand that which objects will float and which objects will sink, and accordingly we can carry out a number of activities. As I told you about swimming, I told you about some other activities also, like in Dead Sea we can float, then about ships, Actually, ships are designed in such a way that they can float on water. Even though iron nail, it will sink in water. But ships are designed in such a way that the amount of water displaced by them is equal to the buoyant force which is applied on the ship. So it is able to float on water. So for the ships to float on water, boats to float on water, this property of floating and sinking is very, very important for us to understand. And density, based on density, actually some show materials or showcases materials are also prepared with liquids in which different density layers of the glasses are made. In the same glass, actually we can take different liquids, like we can take water, we can take lemon juice or lemonade, then we can take honey, we can take mustard oil, and actually all these liquids are having different density. So we can pour them one by one and they will form separate layers because of their density being different, and we can put like between one miscible and one immiscible liquids together, as you have already studied about miscibility and immiscibility of liquids. Like we can put water and after that we can put oil. So oil will form a layer on top of water, and after that we can put the lemon juice, and after that we can make or we can use any other fruit juice, and above that we can put honey. So it will be denser, so it's forming a layer on top. So like that, it will be denser than that fruit juice, so it will go down. So like that, different layers will be formed based on the density of the liquids, and that can be used as a showcase material, or that because it appears very nice, or you can use it for your science project. So based on density you can form separate layers of liquids, and this property is very useful in floating and sinking of objects, and it is useful in making the ships and boats. So in this way we can use this property of materials in our daily life. So hope students you have understood today's topic of floating and sinking, which is another property of the materials. Thank you.